Well, Officer Friendly and you probably have been driving around their cars and have seen dogs running about inside cars unharnessed. We see dogs in the back window, we see dogs on the laps of drivers, we see dogs running around the back seat, front seat of cars, and throughout vans. This is extremely dangerous. So right now, we're at Ed's Cut and Style, actually the official barbershop of the Mount Prospect Police Crime Prevention Unit. Officer Friendly comes here all the time for a haircut, and I've noticed that Ed and Heidi, the barbers at Ed's Cut and Style, have a wonderful dog named Zeus. They travel with Zeus all the time, and they've told me that it's a real simple affair to have their dog Zeus put in a harness and then put inside the car so that they can drive the car safely. It's much safer for Heidi and Ed, but even more importantly, it's safer for Zeus. So why don't we go inside, we'll get Zeus out, and we'll put him in the harness. I'd like to introduce you to Heidi Gray of Ed's Cut and Style, and I'd like to introduce you to Zeus. Heidi, it seems like you travel with the dog a lot.
Every day.
And it's a good idea to put the dog in a harness, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is it a big deal, really, when you think about it, when you talk about your safety and that of the dog?
Okay, when you're in an accident, you have a 100-pound dog sitting in your back seat, you don't want him flying around your car. It could hurt.
Absolutely. And that's why no matter long trips, short trips, Zeus is clipped in.
Yes.
Well, why don't you walk us through the process? First part you do is you put on a harness for the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can kind of show us how that works.
Zeus, stand. Good boy, stay. Stay. Okay.
It always helps that the dog cooperates.
Yes, that helps a lot. Most harnesses come with instructions and you can wait. And they're pretty self-explanatory, but we just do what works best for us.
Okay.
Thanks. Boy. Zeus, head. Good boy.
Good boy.
And we've been doing this since he was 9 months old, so he's pretty adept at this and knows what to do, right? And then he's in, and it's got a little strap here you could use to walk in if you want, or there's different loops in here, and this is what actually the seatbelt goes through when you put him in. Now, he's pretty good about it, so we give him lots of leeway in there, but if you don't want him moving around a lot, then they put in the lower one, and they're just forced to lay there.
Okay, so once the dog gets into the car, you have the seatbelt that's going to go through the strap.
Right.
And if you have it in a lower strap, the dog has to sit a little bit closer, doesn't have quite as much freedom.
Right.
And if the dog's cooperating, doesn't cause too much trouble in the car, you give him a little bit more slack.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Now, it didn't seem like there was much to it. Maybe 2 snaps, that's it?
Right.
Piece of cake. You know, a lot of times people are saying, well, maybe it's too difficult, too hard. I can't think of anything easier to do. I mean, this is a big dog. It wasn't an issue at all. So why don't we see what the next step is? Just snapping her in the seatbelt,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, get in the car. Good boy. Come here. Come here. Come on. And then you just put the seatbelt through this loop.
Seatbelt through the loop. You clip it in. And that's it.
Done.
Zeus doesn't seem to be unhappy at all. Seems rather comfortable in the car. And it makes for a safer trip for both you and the dog. Outstanding, Heidi. Thank you so much. And Zeus, thank you so much for allowing us to make you the TV star dog that you are. And thank you, Heidi, for spending some time with us this afternoon. Appreciate it. One of the other problems we see with cars and dogs is so many car owners allow their dogs to stick their heads out the window. The dogs look happy as heck, don't they? Their ears are flapping, their gums are flapping. They really look like they're enjoying the ride. But the problem is, if there's something outside that hits the dogs in the eyes, gets into their mouth, nose, ears, it can cause some serious problems. Also, what do you got right here? If you have to stop or you get involved in an accident, that dog could actually lose its head or at least be very seriously injured. So as much as your dog may enjoy the fresh air, it's a very dangerous thing to do. You wouldn't let your child or anyone else or anything else that you care about do something like that. So we don't have the dogs sticking their heads out. A responsible dog owner won't allow it. Your dog may not be happy, but your dog will be safe. The other issue that we see all the time, and this is with smaller dogs, where you see people driving, having a grand old time, and what do you see? The dog sitting on the driver's lap. Imagine this, a very, very small accident where you go forward and the airbag deploys, airbag comes out, what's between you and the airbag? A dog. The damage done to the dog will probably be fatal, and it could also injure you more severely. So certainly, keep your dogs off your lap. We strongly suggest that they're in a harness in the back seat or the front seat of the car. This is going to make for a real safe trip for you and the dog. Imagine you're driving your car at 30 miles per hour. Alongside of you or in your back seat is your 100-pound dog. You're involved in an accident. Mathematically now, we take the weight of your dog, 100 pounds, and times that by 30 miles per hour. Now you have a 3,000-pound object flying from your back seat, possibly in the back of your head. What could have been a rather minor accident could now be fatal. We need to keep our dogs harnessed at all times. And it doesn't make too much difference whether it's a 20-pound dog or a 100-pound dog. Keep the dogs harnessed. It's going to make for a safer trip for both of you. One more tip that we can't stress enough, and something that we see all the time. As a matter of fact, Mount Prospect Police Department have made several arrests over the past couple of years for people abusing their dogs. How are they doing it? Leaving their dogs in an enclosed motor vehicle while they went shopping, while they went golfing, while they were visiting friends. If the weather is getting warmer, never under any circumstances, for any period of time, should you leave a dog inside your car when it's summertime. Follow these tips, you'll be much happier, so will your dog.
I could do that if I wanted to. Got a note from my doctor that says I can't, though. But otherwise, I'd be all over it.